you want to be very innovative, keep things not so much black and white. So what I'd like you to do is try to imagine, and tell me what you're thinking. Try to imagine yourself after you graduate, whatever degree it is that you get. When you look to your future, what do you see?
I see, like, myself doing this, but in, like, the form of, like, art.
When you say doing this, what is this exactly?
Like, like this field. Like, I don't know. Actually, not even just this field, but, like, problems, like, real world problems, like homelessness or, poverty or mental health crisis, domestic abuse, all of that, like all of it. And I want to do it in a form of like art.
Okay, so you see yourself as a director or as the creator, like the writer of, or both?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. You know what? Throughout this session, I really have been thinking about like my future and what I want to do with it. And I think I've come to a conclusion of like really what I want to do. And it was really hard for me to like admit to this, but like I think I've finally come to like what I really, really want to do. Like without anyone's, opinions or thoughts or just like what, everyone thinks, just like what I want to do.
You only have one life.
Yeah. And that's what I want to do. Like, I really want to tackle all of these real world problems. And, like, I'm going to DSU. I got accepted. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I got accepted into DSU. So I'm going to major in psychology, like, research psychology. And I'm going to minor in writing, creative writing.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm really going to, like, go for this.
So you know this is what you're pursuing, like, and how do you feel now? Like, how are you feeling about all of this?
Before this, I was really sad. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, I feel so purposeless. I feel, all these big emotions, and they were all negative. And now, like, when I look to my future, I'm thinking, wow, like, I'm excited. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really excited.
As you should be. I mean, I'm excited for you. So you feel hopeful, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like you're very hopeful, and you now, remember I had said, you know what state you're going to, but not what city?
Yeah.
It sounds like you have the city and the hotel you're going to stay in. Like you're on track. I'm so excited for you. So what is it, do you feel like, that was stopping you from really making this decision? Was it your fears of others, your fears of yourself, a fear of success or failure? Have you figured out maybe?
You said earlier that like I know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I turned around in my seat, like you were like, yeah, you got excited, and I was like, you were right. I do know what I wanted. I've always known what I wanted to do. It's just admitting that is the harder part, where it's like I'm going to be vulnerable to someone that is not something. It's not something practical. Not a lot of people are going to school to do this.
That's okay.
And it's scary to admit that you don't want to do something that is not normal or not like what everyone else wants to do.
I can completely understand that, but not to say but, if you look at history, they say well-behaved women rarely made history. And how true is it? There are so many things that we have now that if there wasn't someone like yourself who's willing to take those chances, to say, you know what, this is my idea and I'm going to make it happen, we would not have so many things that we do now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, just my personal opinion, I think it's awesome. Like, it's amazing to me that you see this passion that you have, and you want to tackle something that's so meaningful in a way that some people have never seen it. And honestly, how amazing is that? I mean, everyone has a different learning language, so to speak. So like you said, in black and white, it's not what you want to do. Like the books is not how you want to teach people. And there are some people who do learn that way.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
There are some people who learn through experience, where they just have to experience it. But then you have this other class of people, my son being one of them, that they're visual learners. They need entertainment in order to learn. You know, you can put a documentary on all day, and my son, for instance, he can sit there and listen to it. He's not retaining any of that, but kindergartner's perfect example, the ABC song.
Yeah.
They're singing it. So, I mean, I'm excited for you, and I think it's great that you've taken the steps you need to take. And how do you feel now? I know you said you feel excited and things like that, but how do you feel like in your day-to-day right now when you think about your future? Or is it even something that's constantly on your mind right now? Because in the beginning of this conversation, you had said, this is really something that I'm losing sleep over. You know, like, this is really weighing on me. So how do you feel today when it comes to your future?
Yeah, like I said, just like excited and hopeful, and just like I'm confident, like seriously confident. Like, I feel like in the beginning of the session, just like, I don't know, but I just felt so like little, and like, how could I do that? You know, like, I couldn't do that. But like, right now I feel so confident that I could actually pursue this and like actually do this, you know what I mean?
And be successful.
Seriously, like you were saying about like people who are visual learners, like me personally, like I've gone through some things in my life, and yes, I read books about it, yes, I like got advice from other people about it, but it wasn't until like I watched like a movie about this, like about the topic, or listened to a song about the topic, or whatever the case was, that
artistic standpoint,
that it really clicked with me. And then I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna get too into it, but have you ever watched what's that one movie called, where the crawdads sing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you ever watch that?
Yes. You know what's crazy? I've never seen so many movies. So when people start with, have you seen this? My first thought is no, but I've actually seen that one.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
That movie changed my life. Like, seriously, that is like a movie that actually changed my life, and I really want to create like art that does that for other people, because the way that that movie touched me, like, in a way that I could never explain, and that's really what I want to do. Seriously.
I love this. So I love it that when you started the session today, you did not know, you felt that you did not know what it is you wanted to do, but ultimately you did. All along you've known. And I wonder, you know, how many other people out there go through this same experience, you know, that they're like, you know, I kind of know I want to do this, this, and this, but this, and this has never been done. You know, it's scary because we don't know what others are going to think for what, especially family. You know, I'm not a big, I care what others think person, but I do have a circle that I do care what they think.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's scary because is there going to be financial security along with this?
Seriously.
You know, is it going to be successful? Is it not? But, you know, I'm not trying to discourage you in any way by saying that, because I truly believe you're going to be very successful. And here's the thing. You ever heard the saying, shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars? One of my favorite sayings. So, you know, you're shooting for the moon, and you know what? Even if 10 years from now, you're like, not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have so much under your belt, and you have so many interests too, that it's like, it's okay. You know, if you do, not saying you will, but if you do miss the mark, you're still on the mark. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know. So this is great. So what I'm hearing from you is you felt like you were, you know, sad, really just sad. Almost sounds like you were internalizing a lot of things, keeping them in.
Yeah.
And now, you know, through this conversation and your thought processes, you're feeling more excited, more hopeful, confident. I love that. Because I can see all the potential in the world in you, but if you don't see it and you feel small, you're not going to want to do something big.
Absolutely not.
So I am excited to be like, I met that girl in college back in 2025, you know, in 10 years or 5 years or however long. Like, yeah, I know her. So I'm excited for you, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm sincerely proud of you for making this concrete decision, are you fearful at all?
Yeah, I am.
Like a bad fear or a good fear?
I would say a good fear. Just like, I feel so much, like you said, potential. Like, I feel so much potential within myself. Like, and I know, looking back on my life, that every single goal that I've ever set for myself, I've done it. You know what I mean? I've done it. Like, when I was in my childhood, like, I did not have the best upbringing. You know what I mean? Like, my life could have gone very differently
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't take the steps to, change it. And I did that. You know what I mean? If I can do that, which is probably the hardest thing ever.
Very against the odds.
Literally, like, I grew up homeless, poor, like, you know what
You're
I mean?
beating the odds already, girl. You should.
Like, and once I realized that, excuse me, and then once I realized that, like, I've already done the work. I've already done the hard things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've already broke all of the cycles. My mom didn't go to college. My family didn't go to college. My family, like, you know what I mean? Not to talk bad on them, and maybe not,
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's still your experience, right?
But I've broken so many cycles already. This is just another, like, thing that I just need to set my mind to, and I can get there if I really try, and I really believe I can. Like, I have been writing books and, like, creating things like this since I was literally probably 10. Like,
This is in your blood. Like, this is what you do.
like, I used to have a notebook, like a thick notebook, and I used to write my books and stuff in that notebook, and I would literally show them to my teacher. I would be like, can you, like, give me
Read my book.
No,
please.
yeah, and it
No,
was
that's
in
how
this-
you learn though. It's just in your blood. Like, this is just what you're meant. It's truly, in my opinion, it's truly your purpose. And if you're feeling it, and I'm feeling it off of you right now, like, by all means, you got this. You got this. And like you said, you have beat the odds so many times already. So, why would you ever count yourself out? Like, you got this. You got this. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Because like you said, this could have went, based on your childhood, things could have went so differently for you. And ultimately it comes down to the choices that you've made.
Yeah.
There's another saying, I'm gonna roll with sayings today. There's another saying, I drank because my father did. I didn't drink because my father did.
Yeah.
It can go, it's how you perceive the world. And I'm so grateful for you that, you saw things for what they were, and you were like, I don't want to do this.
Absolutely.
I don't want to live like this. And you truly have the world at your feet right now. Any decision that you want, if you want it, you can. There's no barriers there.
Yeah.
And the barriers that are there, you can knock them down. For instance, financial aid or something along those lines, they can all be handled. Do you feel like right now there's anything as far as steps you can take? You've already been accepted to DSU, you got your major and your minor figured out. Are there any other steps that you need to take in the immediate future in order to get to where you need to be, or have you're planned out?
I actually started the editing process to publish my first book this summer.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna buy one, put it on Amazon. That's where I shop. So what's the book about? Can I ask? Side note.
Yeah, it's just a group of people that, like, I'm gonna put meaningful, like, underlying messages in. Like, someone has mental health disorder, or someone has, like, anxiety, someone has, depression, whatever. But I'm gonna create it in this, like, I'm gonna put it in this creative way so that it's engaging, rather than being like, oh, like, this person has depression, you know what I mean?
It's not black. Like you said, it's not black and white. It's in the undertones.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah, so I have been really working hard to, like, be able to do that, and yeah, that's probably my immediate future. Once I set my mind to something, like, I'm doing
your
it.
trajectory is just perfect right now. Like, it is chef's kiss. Are you prepared for any life circumstances? Do you think that anything like that could stand in your way, or are you just like, I'm doing this regardless?
Like I said, I've already, like, accomplished all the hard things. I feel like any, like, brick, any stone that is thrown my direction, I will literally just find a way over top of it.
That's right, you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited. Okay, so I think that's gonna be all for this session. Our time's coming close to an end. I'm very, very excited to see what next week will bring us. Just kind of maybe over the next week or so, really enjoy this newfound freedom is the word I want to use. I'm not sure that that's exactly how you feel,
It's a
but
good word.
the freedom of not being weighed down by this burden of what do I want to do? Do I know what I want to do? You know, and you are that ambivalence that Ms. Pollock talks about, that ambivalence of like, I don't like not knowing. I need to know. And I think you just needed that little push, that little, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, someone else saw that you knew, and that's what it took. And I'm very excited for you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you. You too.